choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Fields in right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some room to maneuver. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. They said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for, because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And some room to run now. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. 73 yards on the ground. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Cousins now. To Jefferson on the slant. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
3rd and goal for Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This one fielded at the 5.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Mixon with a 1st down carry.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're putting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
107 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. The slot man in motion right. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
Mixing up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. This drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Inside handoff to Mixon. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. That looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punch, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Oh, what a juke into space.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here we go. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Gun.
on 2nd and 9. Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have retaken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 17-14.
17. Vikings 14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it, a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things started.
Let's start the first half here.
22 yards there, first down.
Second and short, into one down, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it, and they do so and pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Vikings at 1-8 now on the year. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well, because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good start, throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back to the ground, Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick-6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick-6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick-6, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now, you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now, with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback at House County, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely... Maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythm?
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Back to it after the pick 6. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone.
Today, Nwangu on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And this well field across the 35. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he's going to have a 1st down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this 1st half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult 1st half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Caught on the slant. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, as time expires in the 1st half. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The Vikings set to receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect 2nd half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Cousins. Under pressure, they got him again.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Now that's the way to start the 2nd half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air. And I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Throwing. Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guy?
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the inside, if you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
117 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 23.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nwonger now from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
12.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He's going to get it again. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Here's a run with Mixon. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Here we go.
It's 4th and goal.
Here we go.
At the 2-yard line.
11. Stop.
They'll run with Mixon. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Mixon unable to find the goal line on 4th down. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Cousins on 1st down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And got his man complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3.
Now Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled in the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Cook will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit. He also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
But he will not make it into the end zone. He stops short, and that might spell an end to their chances as this stays a 3-score game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now on 2nd and 16. Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like the game below their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit with a big play.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right?
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
Cousins throw complete to Rager. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A first down throw for Cousins. That is caught by Thielen.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. On 2nd down and 4, Cousins. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
On 1, ready?
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. A beautiful fake. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
157 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Brought down at the 20.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Every yard they gain getting them better and better field position. And obviously, a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of the sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great, but that's not what you're really playing for.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go.
A handoff running left, Mixon. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
45. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10.
That's complete. It's Cook.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
But as this defense